Hey, what's up everybody? It's Melee Damage 15 here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you 15 tips that I think are essential for new players to survive your first 7 days. If you learned something new, or find yourself liking this video at any point, leave me a like and subscribe for more 7 Days to Die content. I hope you're excited and ready to learn, so let's get into it. One of the first things you should do would be to pick your melee weapon that you want to main throughout your playthrough. Once you have the one that you're going to use, you'll want to spend some points into that skill tree. For example, I am using Spears, which is the perception tree. Putting points into perception unlocks some of the other perks, and then you can put points into them. Specifically, Spear Master here will not only help you do more damage with spears and reduce stamina usage, but also helps you find more Sharp Sticks magazines, which will allow you to craft higher tier spears. The same follows with all other weapons and their respective skill tree. Speaking of skill points, make sure you are working on completing your challenges, especially your initial tutorial challenges. You should aim to complete the top row immediately after spawning into your world. This will net you 4 skill points as well as show you where your first trader is. The challenges are great to teach you more about the game as well as give you XP rewards. Completing a full row will give you extra XP and item rewards from the trader. For those of you coming over from the console legacy version, jars are no longer a thing, which means that water is a little bit more scarce, and when you do find it, it's usually murky water. Day 1 you should look for a cooking pot in POIs or buy one from Wrecked. You need a cooking pot to boil water. You can loot bird nests for easy eggs, as well as loot every food pile or cupboard you find in the game. Kill a few rabbits around for some meat as well. Use a bone knife to get more resources from animals. You can get an early one by hacking up dead carcasses found around the world. It may also be worth it to put a few points into Iron Gut to help with food and water consumption. Also, try to create a dew collector by at least day 2. The main item you need is polymer, which you can find from plastic items, tires, and cardboard boxes. If you're having problems with zombies landing too many hits on you, try alternating power attacks with quick attacks. Landing a few power attacks will knock zombies to the ground, which will allow you time to either hit them with quick attacks while they're down, or regenerate some stamina. Also, if you find yourself surrounded by a bunch of zombies in a POI, doors are your best friend. Run behind a door and close it. The zombies will pile up and start to break the door. You can hit them through the holes in the door while they work on breaking the door so that you can get some hits or kills. Be careful though, they can also hit you through the door, so don't get too close. Your first 7 days should generally consist of doing a lot of trader quests. Trader quests, especially at the beginning, are a good way to level your character and get dukes to buy items. The quests earn you XP, dukes, and item rewards. When you complete your first 10 tier 1 quests, you can get a free bike from Wrecked, which will allow you to move around the map quicker and have a bit of extra storage. The Fortitude skill tree can be invaluable to new players. A lot of these perks can help you with your survivability. Spec into this tree if you're having a hard time surviving. Specifically cardio for stamina regen, healing factor for health regen, and iron gut for reduced food and water usage. If you didn't know, you can lock items that you want to keep in your inventory. It can be annoying to sort items and try to keep your inventory organized as well. You can lock items to specific slots in your inventory so that they stay there when you use the Move All feature, so that way everything else gets dumped into your storage box except the items you have locked. Being overburdened is a big thing in 1.0. Being overburdened will make you slower, which makes you an easy target for zombies. Always watch your inventory space so you don't become overburdened. Frequently dump loot in your storage chests, or create little drop chests around the map and then place a map marker so that you can come back and grab the loot later. Especially at the beginning, I would recommend looting and keeping pretty much everything. Every item in the game has a use, and you can use those items for crafting or selling if you feel like you don't need it. If you go the selling route, don't be afraid to buy items from the traders that will help your progression. The trader can be a big help in your survivability. The three things that can cure an infection are honey, herbal antibiotics, and antibiotics. Honey cures 5%, herbal antibiotics cure 10%, and antibiotics cure 25%. The latter two can be a little more challenging to get, but honey can be found by hitting these tree stumps. You have a chance to get honey from destroying them. If you have a hard time finding them, you can also track them in your challenge menu for your first 5 bits of honey. They'll pop up on your screen when you're close. If you decided to make a POI your home base, make sure you place a Landclaim block down and a Bedroll to make sure that your base doesn't become a quest from the trader. Landclaim blocks also allow you to pick up your workstations if you'd like to move. Just remember to pull everything out first or you won't be able to move them. Now, during your first 7 days, you're probably not going to be trying out too many POIs over a tier 1 or 2, but for your adventurous folks out there, if you're having a hard time traversing a bigger POI, use any type of light to your advantage. These lights point the way to get through the POI and get you to the main stash. Just take a look at a few of these clips here. Craft building blocks and you can turn those blocks into whatever you'd like. By default, you'll hold square on the PlayStation to bring up the radial menu to change shapes. Once you have the shape you want, I'd hold square again to open up the radial menu and go to advanced, which will allow you to turn the block in a bunch of different ways besides just on the x-axis. You can also use the copy feature to copy other blocks. See a block you like on a POI and want to add it to your base? Walk up to it and copy it, and then you can place it yourself. If you have a job at a POI, before you start the job, you can loot different things such as mailboxes, cars, and even the entire POI and main stash if you'd like. Then go ahead and start the job and the entire POI will be reset. You can then go back and loot the things you've already looted. A handy mechanic, especially if you're using it on easy things like nearby cars and mailboxes. Now, you can go into a lot of detail on game stage, but the main thing to know about game stage is what that means on Horde nights. Game stage is dependent upon your character level, how many days you've survived, and how many deaths you've had, as well as what biome you're in. Most new players will be in the forest biome, so we'll stick with that one. Your game stage can be found in your menus on the one that looks like a group of people. There you will find your game stage level. This number adjusts various game mechanics such as size and difficulty of sleeper zombies, screamer hordes, wandering hordes, blood moon hordes, as well as loot, which goes into loot stage, which also goes down another rabbit hole, so we won't go into that one. I want to focus on blood moon hordes here. The main game stage levels to know for Horde Nights are as follows. Game stage 40 summons dogs and dire wolves. 44 summons vultures. 59 summons cops. 64 summons ferals. 133 summons radiated zombies. And lastly, 147 summons demolishers. Keep an eye on your game stage before Horde Nights so you can know when these zombies will attack during your Horde Nights. I hope you found some of these tips helpful. Again, this is mainly catered to new players to 7 Days to Die, but even veterans can be reminded of a thing or two. Which tip is most helpful to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What kind of videos do you want to see in the future? I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more 7 Days to Die content. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.